Hey friends, thank you so very much for tuning in to my main YouTube channel, which to my complete and utter shock is back up. I'm as shocked that it was reinstated last night around 8:25 p.m. Central as I was shocked when it was terminated without cause and without explanation. I got an email today from my good friend Liz Crokin who says, "You are being protected by white hats. They got you reinstated." Now let me tell you something. At least part of that is true, and it was you, my friends, the supporters of SGT Report, who turned out in droves on Twitter, tweeting directly to @TeamYouTube and, in some cases, directly to the CEO of YouTube. And it's so many of you that made videos on my behalf, and so many of you in the alternative media that shared stories and articles about what happened to my channel.
SGT Report was pulled off the air. Fascist. We live in a fascist country. Unfreaking believable. It's just crazy. I went to click on his site and here it is. His account has been terminated for violating YouTube's community guidelines. So the community guidelines are when you say something that they disagree with. They are freaking criminals.
And now, of course, the exact same thing is happening to InfoWars. Say what you want about Alex Jones, but guess what? If we don't have free speech, if we don't have protected First Amendment rights, as guaranteed by the Constitution, we have nothing. YouTube has taken down 4 videos posted by the conspiracy theory channel InfoWars, according to the BBC. In the video, the host of the channel, Alex Jones, criticizes Muslim immigrants to Europe. And in 2 of the clips, Jones said European nations were in danger of being taken over by Muslim immigrants. Friends, can you even for 1 minute believe that that type of speech could be issued a community guidelines strike by YouTube?
Some other European countries unfortunately got stuck into hypocrisy and political correctness, and now the consequences are very clear.
If you look at the very real issues of this open border George Soros NGO-funded mass immigration into the EU, you'll find that what Alex Jones is talking about is what many politicians in the EU are talking about. Politicians who are standing and fighting back against the EU and the bureaucrats in Brussels.
If you look back for the last 3 years of European history, you will see that 29 major terrorist attacks have been committed, killing more than 330 persons, causing injuries to an additional 1,300. And this is a clear outcome of the migration crisis, because imagine there were around 1.5 million people entering the territory of the European Union without any kind of control, without any kind of check. So this is a clear outcome. We made it very clear from the very beginning that illegal migration is a security issue. It's a huge security threat posed on the European Union. That's why we think that the protection of the external border of the European Union is the #1 issue.
Now, as for my channel being reinstated, to date, I've yet to get an explanation for why my channel was terminated on Monday or why it was unterminated last night. However, one thing is certain, I have never witnessed a bigger outcry against YouTube's tyranny than that which I've seen firsthand over the past 2 days. Every true friend I have reached out with support via email or by making a video decrying YouTube's dirty tactics against SGT Report and against the free speech of all of us. And friends, I don't want to bore you to tears, but I think the right thing to do is to name some names here, and my apologies if I've left anyone out. I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart, but just a few of the many people who made videos on my behalf include Aaron T. Scott, Bix Weir, Chris Dwayne, Joe from Realist News, Gans Shimura, Carrie Lutz, Bill Smith, Titus Frost, The Hagman Report, Marty Leeds, Alaska Prepper, Northwest Liberty News, Patriots Soapbox, Kenneth Amaduri, Grindal61, and Victorous Libertas VLTV. While other friends stood up in other ways, including folks like David Morgan, Harley Schillinger, Mike Adams, Chris Dwayne, Aaron and Melissa Dykes, Robert David Steele, John Robertson and the Hagmans, 412 Anon, Jordan Sather, V the Guerrilla Economist, Frank from the Quite Frankly Podcast, Daniel Amaduri, Bill Holter, Rory from the Daily Coin, Silver Doctors, Andy and David Scheckman, Louis Camarasano, Sarah Westall, Tracy Beans, Silver Fortune, Will Lair, The Honeybee, Liz Crokin, and of course my good friends SGT Report daily contributor Matt and my webmaster Eric, and many excellent alt media news sites. Guys, this outcry to YouTube makes you the white knights for me. Thank you so much for standing up for my rights when I couldn't stand up for myself. When YouTube silences any of us in the town square, they silence all of us. And the only appropriate measure, the only appropriate response is for all of us to stand up. Because frankly, and some of y'all aren't going to like this, as Q says, where we go one, we go all. And I firmly believe that the public outcry on Twitter and other social media platforms by thousands of patriots made a swift and direct impact in this case. When YouTube terminated Mike Adams' Health Ranger channel without cause or explanation, I spoke out loudly. When YouTube terminated the High Impact Flicks channel without cause or explanation, I spoke up loudly. And when YouTube terminated my channel without cause or explanation, you all spoke out loudly. But here's the thing. Mike Adams' channel, The Health Ranger, and all of his 1,700 videos are still gone, deleted from history by the swift and unjust hand of Big Brother, or more likely, his helper at YouTube, the Southern Poverty Law Center. And guess what? The High Impact Flicks channel is still gone too, along with his 550,000 subscribers. So our work has only just begun. We all need to continue tweeting to @TeamYouTube and to YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, who stated in early 2018 the demonetize button is on my desk at all times. And we must all demand that YouTube reinstate the Health Ranger and High Impact Flicks channels immediately. Like SGT Report, those channels did nothing wrong, and these injustices cannot stand. Thank you, and God bless you. You can expect more from me very soon on my main channel, but just in case, please also subscribe to my backup YouTube channel, which you can find in the information section just below this video. And finally, I firmly believe the Great Awakening is real. Even those formerly entrenched on the left are beginning to walk away. The criminals who have lied to us and betrayed us for so many decades have finally woken a sleeping giant. And now they are about to pay the price. Thanks for watching, and thank you so very much for your support. Check us out for real news 24/7 at sgtreport.com.